Hi babies, and welcome back to Monday's episode. What is on the literal menu of this week? Well, we are going to talk about how to make your nectar taste better. So it's obviously meant for absolutely everybody. Everybody produces nectar, and if you don't know what nectar is, it's your wetness, it's your semen, it's that good. I'm here to tell you and walk you through different things that can help you make your nectar taste better. However, first, before we get started, if you are new here, welcome. I'm Miranda, aka Pleasure Baby, where I help you step right into your pleasure, whatever that looks like to you. So I invite you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because every single Monday and every other Thursday is when I upload a video and bring it to you, and you never want to miss one of those. Also, if you want a little bit more of me, you can also head to my TikTok and my Instagram, where I post daily, whether it be on a story or videos and reels. But now let's dive into what you actually came here for, and it's how to make your nectar taste sweet and good. So let me just place a scenario in your head. We've all done that hookup where you're giving somebody brain and then they finally bust, but they bust in your mouth and things just don't taste right. But the thing about taste is that there's so many different factors. It can vary literally from day to day. So yeah, your partner can just have an off-putting day where they don't taste really the same. Maybe it was their diet, maybe they're not drinking enough water, maybe they're not getting enough sleep, whatever it might be, we're trying to fix it. But how do you communicate that over to your partner? So obviously, after they bust, you don't want to just approach the situation and be like, ugh, that was awful. Maybe it's something that you bring up outside of the bedroom after your aftercare has been taken care of and you guys are in a good space. Remember, it's your timing, your turf, and your tone. How you bring it up, where you bring it up, and when you bring it up. Be mindful of how you would want somebody to talk to you. So maybe it's waiting a couple of days and really letting that sink in on how you're going to approach that situation. For me personally, I would be like, hey, did you have like an off diet day? Things didn't taste normally like they did in the past. Or maybe it is something like, hey, like, let's try to make ourselves taste better. Are you down to do this with me? Something that you're placing yourself in where you guys can do it together as a team, or even asking them, hey, how do I taste? And that's gonna spark them to ask you that same question. And that's kind of the perfect entrance into that conversation where you let them almost critique you and then you critique them. But it's not about critiquing. It's about understanding your partner and their wants and their needs. All of us want to taste good, but let's face it, sometimes we just don't taste as good as we should. But just because your partner doesn't necessarily taste good right now, doesn't mean you have to toss them out the window and be like, all right, moving on, this is a deal breaker. No. First, let's at least try some of these steps. But first, let's cover what cum should actually taste like. So it can range in flavors like sweet, salty, metallic-y, maybe a little bit bitter or sour, even bleachy or chlorine. Why is the flavor scale so broad? And honestly, it comes down to what we consume on the daily. This actually has the potential to change the chemical compound of semen and how we taste. That being said, people digest and process their foods in all different ways, and we are creatures, so we all have different habits, and some of them might not be the greatest. Even with all these different ranges of flavors, there are still commonalities that come into play to signify that your partner's semen is healthy. After all, several fluids are combined to make the taste of semen. Semen passes through the deferens into the ampulla, where antioxidants very similar to mushrooms are developed. This is why semen sometimes has that mushroomy taste, where the ampulla actually adds fructose to the semen, making it a lot sweeter. But also, let's not forget about the prostate glands and the seminal vesicles, which can also alter the smell and the taste, and even the texture. Now, I think we've all had a time where we smell somebody that smells or tastes like bleach or chlorine. That is because semen is meant to be alkaline. But what exactly does healthy semen look like? It can be more of a cloudy white, maybe a gray, a little bit thicker than water, but almost jelly-like. Now, I want to say it can also be yellowish to a certain extent. Like, I'm talking like a drop of yellow. If your semen is yellow, there's most likely an infection happening and it's most likely going to be an STD. So go on to the doctor and get yourself tested. This is also a reminder to be tested and to get tested after every sexual partner. And there's absolutely no shame. Having an STD does not mean you are dirty, does not mean you made bad decisions, don't cast that shame on yourself. It happens to way more people than you, especially now with all the dating apps. However, STDs should be its own video, maybe even this Thursday. Now that we've covered the basics of what semen and healthy semen should taste and look like and smell like, let's talk about the first step that you can take to making your nectar taste better. And that is 100% your diet. You are what you eat. We taste like what we eat. If you eat like trash, you're gonna taste like trash. If you eat healthy, you're gonna be more watery. It's gonna have less flavor and it's gonna be enjoyable. So if your partner's running more on the bitter side, you wanna kind of switch that to alkaline itself. So by doing so, you're gonna add maybe cinnamon, nutmeg, celery, parsley, papaya, oranges, pineapple. All of those foods are gonna help alkaline you and bring you back down to a less bitter flavor. Foods that you might be eating that are making you taste bitter are broccoli, garlic, onion, high sulfur foods, cabbage, leafy greens, meat, some dairy products, and highly processed foods. Now, this doesn't mean your partner has to completely do a 180 on their diet. This means that you can take some of these foods into consideration, maybe add more of or limit the consumption of. However, leafy greens, oh my God, we know how amazing that is for our bodies, for our overall health. They're like superfoods. The darker the green, the better it is. So please don't go taking out all of your veggies, because veggies are definitely still good. It's just the amount and of what vegetables you are consuming that could potentially lead to bitterness. So it's about process of elimination and just trying little things. You don't want to wipe everything all out at once. It's just kind of a really good starter point to take a look at what you are consuming and how your diet looks on the daily. The second one is gonna be substance abuse. Alcohol, cigarettes, coffee, your street drugs. If somebody consumes a lot of coffee, this has a higher potential to making their cum taste bitter, even really pungent and super sour. And as we know with alcohol, it actually has a negative impact on your semen. The quantity, the quality, the motility, all of that will alter it with alcohol. So if you're going down on your partner, try to eliminate your alcohol consumption at least 2 hours prior, which I know isn't always ideal. However, hard liquor tends to make you taste a lot worse than having just one beer and a glass of wine. An easy way to do this with your partner is to do it with your partner. That means not using street drugs, because we all know they're not good for you, not smoking cigarettes because we also know that's not good for you, and same with alcohol, which is also not good for you. So I'm not asking you to suck all that fun out of your life if you do enjoy partaking in it. However, if you want to taste a little bit better and have your nectar being that good, making them want to come back for more, then maybe this is something that you should think about so that you can optimize your health. And finally, last but not least is hydration. Water. Water, 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 water. That does not mean teas, coffees, freaking other types of squishy things that you put in your drinks. We mean water, just water. After all, semen is made up of 98% water. So yeah, if you're not drinking enough water, your semen, your cum, your nectar isn't gonna taste the greatest. Also, the more water you drink, the bigger your load. And I mean, like, who doesn't love that? When you have a heavier load, the taste and the smell are a lot less pungent, obviously, because it's been watered down. In other words, if you have a healthier diet, a healthier lifestyle, and good hygiene, those things will all help you make your cum taste better. The best part of all three of those tips I gave you will actually help elevate you and take you to the next level in just your healthy lifestyle in general. So it's not just helping your nectar, it's helping you in all aspects. Now that's everything that I have for you guys today. So I really hope that these 3 tips were able to help you guide and understand how to make yourself taste better, how to get your partner to taste better on their own. Or, like I said, you guys can do it as a team, because teamwork makes the dream work. Now, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys this Thursday with something nice and spicy. Maybe it's gonna be STDs, maybe it's gonna be antidepressants and sex. I'm not quite too sure. It could not be, or it could be neither of those. But if there's something that you really want me to talk about, make sure you drop it in the comments below, because you know I'm looking, you know I'm watching, and I will see you guys later, babies.